We have someone in chat who's going to join me. I haven't really looked at chat. I've just kind of tried to explain. All right. So sealed deck. So let's start. Right on, Fiddles. Never. Let's not do that one. I have never played this before, so patience as we figure out the interface. This looks like the keys, that the unforged keys. So we're going to start the game. A big part of KeyForge actually is that you get to know your opponent's deck, basically. We're not going to bother with that because we're not being competitive here, but you can you get to know what cards are in your opponent's deck, and that's useful. Let's see, that's maybe a little. I'm going to go like this. It cuts off the discard, but is probably. I'm going to try this and see if hopefully the cards in the upper corner are enough. So there is a mulligan rule, and it's pretty like when I see 2 of each in my opener, I'm okay with mulliganing that. I didn't even look closely. I want to start with with more cards, and the mulliganing is not very damaging in this game since you draw up to hand size. And again, so the player who goes first only plays 1 card. They draw 7 and only play 1. And so Fiddles has played the Vault Keeper. It's a 4/4 with 1 shield. And your amber cannot be stolen. And so stealing is a pretty big, we'll get into those mechanics. But basically, a lot of stuff happens to each player's amber as the game goes on. And one of the things you can do is steal your amber. So like there are creatures that say play, steal 1 amber, and you would actually take it from your opponent's supply and put it on yours. Stealing is one of the most powerful mechanics in the game, since it's a 2 amber swing when it's used. So saying your amber can't be stolen is pretty nice. And so I have to choose my house, and we're going to choose Dis since I have the most of it. I almost don't even care what they do. We're going to pick Dis no matter what. And let's figure out what we're going to do, though. Control the weak. Play. Choose a house on your opponent's identity card. Your opponent must choose that house as their active house on their next turn. That's actually pretty good. Most people don't want to play the house they just played, even in a going first situation. Like the dream of going first in drawing 7 is that you get a singleton of 1 house that you can play as your first play, and then your remaining 6 are of the other 2 houses. That's like the dream. So it's likely that Fiddles does not want to play this house next turn, so we're going to play Control the Weak. We're going to try. We're going to play this action. And we're going to make Fiddles play Sanctum on their turn, and we gained an amber for that. Where's our amber supply? I got to learn the AI. Okay, so there's my amber supply. That's Fiddles' amber. And then what else we got? We have Life Ward. This is an artifact. One of the most confusing parts of this game is the difference between an artifact and an action. Since you start to get used to identifying creatures by the number on it, but artifacts and action both have no number, and so they can be very confusing, and they both do similar things. It's just one is repeat and the other isn't. So the big difference is that artifacts have the banner across the top and actions have the banner across the middle. So an artifact enters exhausted, and then when you can use it when you choose that house again. So Omni means you can use the power even when you don't choose that house. So that's always very powerful. And it says you can sacrifice it. Your opponent cannot play creatures on their next turn. So basically, no matter what house we play, we'll be able to activate this and sacrifice it if we want to keep our keep Fiddles from playing any creatures on their next turn. And then here we have Arise. That is an action that says, play, choose a house, return each creature of that house from your discard pile to your hand, gain 1 chain. Chains are a hand size penalty. When you have 1 to 6 chains, so your first 6 chains basically say, at the end of your turn, draw up to 5 instead of 6, and then remove 1 chain. So basically, to play this card would give me a 1-turn penalty of a hand size of 5 instead of 6. So we don't actually want to play this because it doesn't even do anything. Like, we get nothing back from our graveyard. So we are going to actually click it, but we're going to discard it. We just want to discard it so that we draw back up to 6 on our turn and get an extra card there. So we're going to end the turn. And thank Fiddles for his patience as I explain all this. So now Fiddles, we've said, has to play whatever this house is. I don't even have all the house names memorized. What is it? So that's a very powerful effect. Kind of mind slavering your opponent's house choice is really powerful, and it's interesting. Like, it's not necessarily, rarity isn't necessarily a sign of power. It's just a sign of how willing the designers were to have multiples of that card show up in a deck. So this Control the Weak that I was saying is like a mind slaver over there. Is a common, because the rarity symbol, if you look at the bottom of the card, it says 55 and has a circle. Circle means common. And let's see if we can find a non-common. There's a diamond, which is kind of your uncommon, and then a star is rare, but it looks like we don't have any stars yet. Okay, so what did Fiddles do? Fiddles played another Vault Keeper. Wow, double Vault Keeper. I've never really seen a deck with two of the same rare in it like that. That's really interesting. Protect the Weak says this creature gets +1 armor and gains Taunt. So Taunt is like Hearthstone's Taunt, except it's proximity. Like creature order matters. So Taunt says, this creature's neighbors cannot be attacked unless they have Taunt. So that's the two creatures to the left and right of that creature. So what are we doing now? Let's take a look at our hand. Can we move our hand around? I'll be able to move my hand around. Okay, looks like we have 3 Mars cards. So let's take a look at Mars. Play, stun each non-Mars creature, gain 2 chains. Oh, that's the chains are hefty, but stunning these creatures when we don't have any out yet would be pretty big. So what is stun? Stun is like permanently frozen, permanently tapped. This just never untaps, and it doesn't untap. A stunned creature does not untap or does not unstun themselves until you choose that house, and then basically the only action the stunned creature gets when you've chosen that house is to become exhausted, is just to become tapped. There are cards that say ready target creature or ready a creature or whatever, and if you ready a stunned creature, you nullify the stun. So that's a powerful one too. Anyway, let's close this. Okay, there we go. And Mars, sample collection action. Put an enemy creature into your archives for each key your opponent has forged. So that's not going to do anything. That would just be a discard. But in archive, if something tells you to archive, it's basically take a card from your hand and put it in your archives. And then when you name your house choice, if you want to, you can pick up all cards from your archives and put them in your hand. It's an interesting angle on the game, an interesting mechanic. It allows you to set up combos really well. So like if you have something that says archive and you have a combo piece in your hand, you throw the combo piece in your archive and continue playing. And then when you find your other combo piece, you get to bring your archive to your hand and assemble your combo, basically. So archive is a way to kind of support combo-rific synergy stuff in the game. So we have another Control of the Weak that we could do. We could play some creatures, but what's this one? Fight, reap, deal. So this one, whenever it fights or reaps, it deals 2 damage to a creature. If this damage destroys that creature, purge it. That's pretty good too. So let's go ahead and do Mars, and then we're going to start with this. So we get a chain, but we've stunned both of our opponent's creatures, both of Fiddles' creatures, and then we're going to, now that sequencing, if I had played this, when I play this creature, enters exhausted, and then this we are going to discard, like planet. Yeah, they haven't forged any, right? So we'll just discard it. We could play or discard it, and it wouldn't matter in that case. But now we end our turn. Oh wait, is it telling me? Oh, it's saying, are you sure? Because technically I could activate Life Ward. Remember, it has Omni. So even though I named Mars, I could do this. And maybe it's worth stunting their creature abilities. Maybe we should do that. For science, sure, let's do it. So our hand size is only 5 because we had a chain, but our chains should be gone now. Is this chain? This must be my chain count. I haven't looked at chat for a while. Let me make sure, AMA, if you have questions about what's going on here. Oh, let's see. Yeah, let me see if I can get that a little bit moved up. Let me do like this, because you don't need this part anyway, right? So better to do like that. How's that? Okay, and then where's the other chat? I completely missed Fiddles' turn. Let me see. Oh, they chose Fiddles chose this to de-exhaust this stuff. Sure, Radiant Truth. Okay, cool. Now let me go back to chat again. I want to make sure I'm answering any questions. Hey, Jag. Sorry you missed the start. There is no deck master for this. I'm amazed that we have a digital version of it already. I love it. So let's see. Okay, so no other questions from the chat, so we'll keep going here. Thanks for your patience, Fiddles. And let's see, what do we have? We got 3 Brobnar, so we're probably going to do Brobnar here. If we did this, so we could reap and deal damage, or we can, and then play this. That's only doing 2 things. Let's definitely get our Brobnar on and play as many cards as we can. So this is Brobnar is like your gruel of the format. Big beefy stuff, but big beef doesn't matter quite the same way it does in this game, since you're not attacking your opponent. A 9/9 still just taps for 1 amber, right? So we are going to play and stun a creature. Can we do that? Yeah. So and this says each enemy Brobnar creature. So they're not playing Brobnar, so it doesn't matter. So this is just basically a vanilla 7/7, because this is an anti Brobnar card. That just happens sometimes, but we're going to still play it all. We will. Oh, I keep dragging it out. Does that work? Can I just drag out? I should be able to drag that out. We're going to play this creature. We're going to play it on the right, and we're going to stun that, and then we're going to play this on. Let's play this on the left. And generally, the creatures on the flank are more vulnerable, so you would want to keep your smaller ones in the middle. But I'm still learning this game. I don't have my strategies quite nailed down yet. Nobody knows how to play this game yet. I think that's it, though. Oh, interesting. So I guess the chain lasted 1 more time than I thought. All right, good to know. A chain of 1 effect. That's weird, though, because that means 1 chain affects you for 2 turns. I think they should make it so that the number of chains is the number of turns you're affected. You say thanks for patience. Okay, so what are they doing? They've chosen Shadow. They've played Long Fused Mines. Weapon, Omni. Sacrifice Long Fused Mines. Deal 3 damage to each enemy creature not on a flank. Here I was saying flank creatures are more vulnerable. Generally that's true, but here it is blow up the middle. So that's an Omni. That's pretty powerful. They can't use that on this turn because it just entered and is now exhausted. But that's good to know. It's important to know that they can hit everything in our middle with 3. And what else? Oh, they played something else big. What is that? So they played Poison Wave, deal 2 damage to each creature. Now, it didn't kill anything. They played Smiling Ruth. Oh, we'll get into Elusive in a second. But let's see what else they did here. Yeah, so it was just Poison Wave and Smiling Ruth. So shadow creatures are all very, very small. And I should put it in top, really, but I felt like, it's covering up the game log, but I can't be on top or else I cover up where the card shows up. I can be in the middle here, but this is eventually going to get filled up, I bet. I could put it over here, but this is like where it just feels like lower right is where it has to be. I mean, I can make myself smaller, but yeah. This game, I'm not sure how long the Crucible has existed, but it's for quite a bit. All creatures are square in this, yes, but as they take damage, they're not, right? So this is now a 7/5, this is a 5/3, this is a 3/1, and this is a 5/3. So the nature of persistent damage starts to create non-square creatures, but they all start square. So now we have only 2 types in our hand. Are we going to go with our Mars creature here? We have Control the Weak. We could force them to use... Oh, sorry, I was going to talk to you about Elusive. The shadow creatures are all very small, and they frequently have the effect Elusive, and it's pretty powerful because it says the first time this creature is attacked each turn, no damage is dealt. And like you'd expect, attacking a creature requires tapping. So when you tap a creature to attack with it, you are foregoing adding an amber and instead using it to attack. So effectively, having your first attack nullified is like paying 1 amber to attack it. So you can think of it as elusive creatures are small and very killable when you fight them, but they basically take 2 creatures to fight, which effectively costs you an amber. Just to the left of the game log, you think? Well, I'll move there for now, and then we'll see if that holds up. I don't know if I can move this as a unit. Here we go. I'll move here for now, and then we'll see how long this is a good place for me to be. And where'd my chat go now? There we are. My chat. Yeah, I see what you mean. Maybe I'll go for now. I'll be here, and if I need to, I'll lower my camera down over draw and discard. That's a good. You're right. That's a good place for this to be. In fact, maybe I'll just put it there now. That's a good call, Stratic. Let's try that. Okay, we are choosing between our houses. Probably just choosing our most populous house again. We don't have anything active to do with it yet, but I like it. I think we should do it. Fiddles is at 6 amber. That means they're going to forge a key next turn if we don't do something about it, and I'll show you what the capture mechanic is. So we're going to play Dis, and I got to check all my... So this is capture. So I'm not going to play this yet because sequencing is very important in this game, but we want to understand what we have. So we have this 4/4 that when you play it captures 3. So when I play this, it's going to take 3 of Fiddles' amber and put it on Charette. And it stays there until Charette leaves the battlefield. And when Charette leaves the battlefield, it goes back to Fiddles. So the amber that my creatures have captured is effectively Fiddles, and it's kind of a tempo thing. They can get it back eventually, but you do have to do some work to, kill the creature or whatever to get it back. So we're going to do that. And then Guardian Demon is uncommon, has play, fight, reap, heal up to 2 damage from a creature, deal that amount of damage to another creature. Oh, that is sweet. We have all these damaged creatures, and they do as well. Probably need to... Oh, man. That's a little too small. I don't know. Maybe I'll go back and forth as needed. Anyway, so we got to figure out what we're going to kill. Probably... another thing about damage. Like, Elusive is purely about fighting. So we can kill Smiling Ruth using this ability because we'll heal 2 and just ping Ruth and kill her. So we'll do that. And then we have a Control the Weak again, so we get to figure out what to make them play. And we're going to go to the right here. And we got to choose a creature to heal. I want to choose my creature that when it fights gains amber. Headhunter is very powerful for that. Like, it's really basically you're fighting and reaping in the same action that way. And so I want to keep this guy healed. And we're going to heal it for 2. And choose a creature to deal damage to. Ruth. Goodbye, Ruth. Then we're going to play this and play it to the right and capture the amber. So now Fiddles cannot forge a key on their next turn, and we get to tell them what to play. What are we going to make them play? Again, they just played Shadow, which makes me want to make Fiddles play Shadow. This could be a mistake, but we're going to play it anyway. And even if this was the choice Fiddles was going to make, we still got an amber out of it. So even if you're just throwing darts, you have a 2 in 3 chance of naming the thing they don't want to do. You know. And now we'll end it. Our chains are gone. We're back to 6 cards, and we have 3 Mars, 2 Dis, and 1 Brob. But we have 3 Brobnar in play, so effectively, if we chose Brobnar, we'd have... what did they do? They did 3 damage to each enemy creature not on a flank. Yeah, we knew that could be coming. At least we saved the Headhunter. Oh, let's see. We've got... Scroll this down and see. So... Let's track what they did. So Fiddles used Long Fuse Mines to deal 3 damage to each non-flank enemy creature. Then they played Dodger. So when it fights, it steals 1. That thing's got to die. No fair stealing my stuff. Seeker Needle. Deal 1 to a creature. If this damage destroys that creature, gain 1. That's an artifact. So that's pretty good. Nice stinging needle. And that's all they did. So then it's us. Okay. We have our Mars creature is dead. We have if we do Brobnar, we have 2 Brobnars and this third one. Make them lose 1. So that's pretty cool. We'll probably do Brobnar, but let's see. Hand of Dis. Destroy a creature that is not on flank. Ooh. That would be good to just destroy this this dude. And then discard the... Okay, a fair game. This is a rare. Action. Play. Discard the top card of your opponent's deck and reveal their hand. You gain 1 amber for each card of the discarded card's house revealed this way. Your opponent repeats the preceding effect on you. That is kind of a fair game, isn't it? But I don't know if we want to do that. Now, let's see. We have this one, Play Reap Fight, has 3 damage on it. Ooh, we probably want to do this because then healing is good. Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff going on here. Can we just... How do we kill that, though? I want to kill that thing. And this has... this creature... This has taunt, so we can't even attack anything except this. But if we play Hand of Dis, we do get to... yeah, I'm going to do that. Let's play Dis this turn. And... Let's destroy this creature that's taunting us. Although I could have destroyed the Dodger, which is also going to fight and steal stuff, which is annoying. But, you know, we're playing here. Now we want to... Maybe we can still figure out how to kill it. Maybe, I guess not. But let's see. This has 1 damage. What do we want to heal? Let's heal this. We could also fight with it, but no, we're gonna reap. We're gonna reap. And then heal itself for 2. And doesn't do too much, but we could hit this for 1 and get oh no, it actually, yeah, it would the shield would prevent 1 of it, and then it would take 1 more. But I don't even care about that creature too much. I guess I'm just going to start dealing some damage to this dude, which is annoying for us. And then here, if we wanted to, we could fight and kill this thing off. But then it sends back the 3 to Fiddles, and they get to forge a key. So we're just going to reap with this creature, and we're approaching key levels. But I think, and let's try fair game. So they have played, they probably have a lot of What do they have a lot of in their hand now? They probably don't have much shadows because we made them do that this turn. Oh, we don't even get to choose. We just, it's kind of random, but let's do it. Wow, so we got a bunch out of it. Here's the results of the fair game. Plays a fair game. Discard the top. We discarded Mind Warper. Funny. Yeah, I should turn off auto card for this site. And reveal their hand. Crystal Hive. So we gained 4 amber off of that, and they gained 3. So it ended up being, in fact, a fairly fair game. And we have a forged key. So Fiddles forges a key. And we're sitting on 9 and hoping to forge on our turn, but Fiddles could do lots of stuff to mess with us. Fiddles plays Mighty Lance. Deal 3 to a creature and 3 to a neighbor of that creature. Oof. Wrecked my King of the Crag and took out the Guardian Demon. Fiddles plays Lady Maxina. Stun a creature. Return Lady Maxina. Play. Stun a creature. Action. So action is just like you can. It doesn't count as reaping or fighting or anything, but you can just as its action for the turn, return her to your hand. We got, and then they reaped with the Vault Keeper. All right, so I got myself we got a key as well, 2 forged keys, and what are we going to play? Brobnar would allow us to fight with the Headhunter. What do we got here? This is pretty strong for a Fire Spitter. It deals 1 to everything before you fight. Bumpsy, when you play, your opponent just loses 1. That's pretty strong as well. And then Headhunter, I wanted to fight and live to gain the 1, and I think we can do that by fighting here. So, and this doesn't have taunt or anything like that, right? So yeah, let's do Brobnar, and we'll go Bumpsy, play to the right. We'll go Fire Spitter, play to the right. And then we're gonna fight with this creature. We're gonna fight the 4. When you fight, you generally you don't want to fight unless you're killing their creature and yours is surviving. So in this case, we're gonna survive as basically as a 5/1. And that's why, even though I consider this Dodger much better, I didn't want to fight it because by not surviving, we would fail to get the gain 1 amber that we got by surviving that fight doing that. Let's see. I haven't checked chat for a while. Let me know if you have questions about what's going on. Let's see. A chain is a penalty that reduces your maximum hand size by 1 until all of your chains go away. If you get 7 or more chains, it actually decreases your hand size by 2. Yeah, it's about time to be Mars. Oh, jeez, I missed clearly some kind of Wrath type turn. So what did the Spirit's Way do? Let's see. The Spirit's Way, destroy each creature with power 3 or higher, and everything was 3 or higher. So boom. So there are some, obviously some sweepers in this game, and this one is a diamond. It's uncommon. Again, rarity is not about power level. It's about how much the designers wanted to see those cards showing up in decks, basically. And yeah, with everything dead like that, we are going to definitely, not even sight unseen, we're going to definitely do Mars with all of these creatures. So let's see what we've got. This is an upgrade. So that upgrades are like the auras, so we'll worry about that later. This is just a creature that, oh, that's neat. When you reap with it, you can use a friendly non-Mars creature. And so use just means do any of the stuff you would do with an untapped creature. Generally fight, reap, or if it has an ability, activate. That's pretty powerful. It's powerful to be able to use cards from the house you didn't call that turn. So I generally like to see that. Use a non-house creature is powerful. Use a non-house thing. Play, deal 3 to each creature. Unfortunately, this does nothing on this board. And this is a common, so here's effectively a Pyroclasm type effect at common. And we're just going to discard that, or play it first, whatever. This creature gains, so this is another upgrade, destroyed. So this is like when this dies, put it into ready, put it into your archives to be ready to use later. Fight, reap. Okay, so these are the same. So yeah, we'll do. We're gonna do this, and we'll play 2 Mars dudes. And we're gonna throw this up. So this creature gains your opponent's keys cost 2 more to forge. So that's a nice thing. It's like, but it's not on a particularly powerful creature, but we're gonna play it, and because we get the amber for it. And we're not going to put all of we're going to just discard this because we don't want to deal 3 to each creature. And we want to play this upgrade, and we'll play this on the other one. So there you go. We did a bunch of stuff. When you run out of cards, you shuffle your graveyard, your discard back into your draw. And it's interesting because if the battlefield is full of creatures, your second time through your deck can be heavily spell-based, heavily action-based. So we're threatening a second key. If Fiddles wants to stop that, they're going to have to do something about it. You asked, you don't get to choose Queen Dragon. I'm not sure what card that was a question about. If you still want to know the answer, give me a little more info. Give me a little more info, and I will attempt to answer. So we could follow up on our Mars play and use these dudes, but their whole strength is that they use friendly non-Mars creatures. So let's get some of those out there before we do that again. And obviously with 4 Brobnar, that's what we're going to do. So let's see what our Brobnar's got going on. An elusive Brobnar, that's unusual. A Looter Goblin, reap. For the remainder of the turn, gain 1 amber each time an enemy creature is destroyed. Wow. So with Brobnar's big dudes, you clearly want to, and it's a rare as well. So you reap and then set up a big aggressive turn where you take get a bunch of stuff through attacking. Destroyed. When this is destroyed, your opponent loses 2 amber. That's cool. When you play this, stun a creature, so we can stun what they've got going on over there. Fire Spitter before. Oh, we saw that one before. So yeah, we're gonna choose Brobnar and go to town here. Play this creature to the right. We're going to play this creature to the right, and we'll stun. We don't have any artifacts, so this is less annoying to us than Naughty the Thief, which has an action, just gets to steal one of ours. We hate that, so you can stun yourself there, Naughty. And Fire Spitter is just kind of a play. Let's see, we'll play this. This is nice. Just I'll play this on the left, and then I'll play this creature on the right. And I think we have an end turn. All right. So now I want to be Mars, I think, because being able to fight and reap using Mars is effective. If these 2 survive, I want to be Mars because we get to reap for amber, and in doing so, use some of our Brobnar. All right, Fiddles plays Soft Landing. The next creature or artifact you play this turn enters play ready. So this is haste, basically. Give the next thing you do haste. So then they play Fiddles plays John Smith, who enters ready. And when John Smith fights or reaps, they ready a non-Mars creature. So that means they get to ready unstun Naughty, basically, if they want. So they reaped and readied. Wait, reap. John Smith. Oh, ready a non-agent Mars creature. I thought it was a non-Mars creature, but it's a agent is a subtype. So you can see John Smith is an agent. So that readies Marauder, and they got to then reap with. Did they play it? What did they do? And then to fight. Ixaly Marauder, fight. Sorry, I'm trying to track what Fiddles did all on this turn. Without all those fancy arena animations, it can be tough to see. So let me go through this again. So they played John Smith, readied it because of soft landing, reaped with John Smith, and the reap ability of John Smith allowed Fiddles to ready the Marauder, and then Fiddles used the played Crystal Hive. So action for the remainder of the turn, gain 1 amber each time a creature reaps, and then, but that's a location artifact. So this doesn't happen this turn. This is for future use. Then Fiddles used the Marauder to fight my Mega whatever, but it doesn't have any damage on it. What happened there? I don't understand that. I understand what happened. They killed it and then uses because it's a and then so mine archived. I see. And it did kill the one. Okay, I'm a little bit caught up here. And then Fiddles plays another one. Okay. And then readied. Okay, I'm caught up. Sorry, that was a complicated turn. Yeah, this is about as complex as Magic. Definitely feels control decks. These are feeling. It all feels somewhat control-y. You know, it's hard to be aggro that I've seen. Stratic says it seems like they designed it so they can add new houses without it causing any issues. Yeah, it's really interesting. Like, what is a new set? A new set could introduce 1 new house. It could introduce 7 new houses. You could mix and match from houses in different sets. You could make new cards from old houses. A lot of room to do that. Let's see. Now let's play our turn. We have, we wanted to do Mars anyway, right? Except we only have this now. Whereas this could deal to, this is not damaged anymore, so this would like kill Naughty. It would kill that's good. Like, play deals 2 to each other undamaged creature, which kills the thing. Oh, that's too bad. Oh, but when it's destroyed, oh, that's good. Yeah, we're gonna pick Brobnar and do some stuff. We're gonna reap here. Wait. Oh, access archives. No, we don't want our archive this turn. And we want to reap with our Looter Goblin to set up the rest of the turn doing that kind of stuff. Then we want to great, we're going to make him lose 2 when this dies, so we want that to die. And we don't want to fight with this and damage and make this not work, so I guess we just want to do this now. We could fight. No, maybe we could fight here first. Oh, it's got elusive, huh? Oh, that'll work. Okay, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it this way. We're gonna start here, and we'll play it to the right, and just kills a bunch of stuff right off the bat. including damaging everything, and gave us a bunch of amber, hopefully for that, right? Because opposing creatures died. And then we have, when this guy fights, it deals a damage to enemy creatures, so it'll kill it before it even fights. So if we go fight with this creature, we're going to attack this, but it should just kill it, because before it even gets to the fight and deals with the elusive and stuff, it dealt 1 damage to each enemy creature. So we just kind of wrecked there. That was really good. And then we get to reap with this creature. Is this... No, we can't. All right, and I think then that's all we can do. But that was a great turn, and it gets us to 6, and now we're actually just threatening to win the game. Yeah, Jag, so you really need this. It made sense to move the move my picture off of this because the game log is so important. Oh, I won the game? Maybe they scooped because they couldn't stop me? Oh, Fiddles conceded, yes. Well, maybe Fiddles will come back. Oh wait, no. House wants to continue? I just want to quit. No, that's cool. How do I quit? Maybe Fiddles will come back and tell me. Or somebody in chat can... Oh, here we go. Leave game. Sorry. There we go. So there you go. That's your first... My buddy Joe, who is the first person to play this game with me, I texted him to see if he could play today, and he can't, unfortunately, but he's texting me now. So who... GG Fiddles. Good GG. Yeah, Fiddles, that was sealed. It was random for me, too. That was just random. We played sealed. I figured that was the fairest. If you want to go again, we can do constructed. I can pick one of a deck I know or whatever. I'll start if you want to do constructed, Fiddles, I'll start one. I have like 10 decks, I think, is what I'm choosing between. So we'll go new game, we'll call it value again, and we'll say normal, casual. I assume it'll let me choose a deck here. I'm not sure what my best deck is or whatever, but I think Pig-Headed Beaker is pretty good. I'll play that. How many people at once can play? I think it's 1v1, but you know how it goes. They'll be multiplayer rules and stuff, but also like Magic, I think 1v1 is so complicated I'm not really interested in adding another player. Yes, your physical decks. Here, let me find a physical deck. So here's a physical deck, and your character, your main card has a QR code on it, and you can just scan the QR code, and it registers your deck there. And let's... Oops. Hello. Where'd it go? Where'd my game go? Did I miss it? Did I screw that up somehow? I think I have to do that again, Fiddles. Let me make it smaller so that it... well, spectator is going to be... Did I miss it? Where is it? Oh, there it is. I see it. Leave. So we'll leave this. Where'd it go? Now where'd it go? Fine going. Gosh darn it. Are we trying to pass each other in the hall here? And did I screw it up and then... All right, now I don't see it, so I'm going to create a new one. Sorry, Fiddles. Now we'll get there. I'll be patient on this one. All right, here we are. And we get to start. Let me stop that. And then we'll get back down to here. Start the game. Fiddle starts on 7. And destroy each damaged creature, gain 1 chain. Snufflegator skirmish. When you use this creature to fight, it is dealt no damage in return. So skirmish is like first strike, except your opponent doesn't even get to strike. And then hunting witch. Oh, that's pretty good. This is kind of a discard situation, but hunting witch, look at that. Just every time you play another creature, you gain 1. And that's not a house thing. That's just static. That just happens no matter what house you've chosen. So we'll keep this and see if we can make a turn 1 hunting witch work for us. Hyel the Merchant. A 3/3. Each time you play an artifact, gain 1. Okay. Again, on turn 1, they only get 1 to choose 1. We're going to choose Untamed. This is a new house we have here. This does nothing for us, so we're going to discard it. Because if we played it, we would just take a chain. So we're discarding that. And we'll play this creature. So it's not very big. You know, 4 is not huge in this game or anything. But basically, it gets to fight and throw 4 damage around with no risk. That's pretty strong, as far as I can tell. Again, I'm still pretty new at this game, but we're going to play this creature. Oh, I screwed it up. That was terrible sequencing. I was supposed to play this and then this, so oops. Should have one amber right now. Punt initiated. Oh, Fiddles plays Lost in the Woods. That's real good. I don't want it on there. Shoot. I might need to, like, refresh this. I'm going to try refreshing this. It might... Well, I guess I can do it here. I just don't want to get magic card names in the way, but so... this is powerful. Took my 2 sweet plays and just shuffled them in my deck. Fiddles had to shuffle his creature in too, but I like that play a lot. We are mostly Logos, so we're probably playing Logos. Ooh, and I like Archive a Card early, so I think we're definitely playing Logos here. Ooh, and we get to play 1 non-Logos. Great, we're definitely doing Logos. So Logos, this is cool. I don't even know which one we're going to do yet, but we're totally going to play 1 non-Logos card this turn. We are going to archive a card. Play stun a creature. Let's play a Mugwump as our non-Logos card, and then let's archive our other Brobnar card. So that, and this has an ETB effect, a play stun a creature. So maybe next time we're Brobnar, we get to activate this, you know, pull our archives and stuff, and then we play this. And it's nice, very nice, like really on your turn, like getting rid of 5 cards and drawing 5 fresh cards is a pretty big game. So I'm really liking that turn. Archive is whenever a card says archive, unless it says otherwise, you do it from your hand, and you archive a card from your hand by choosing it, and it sits in your archive. And then when you name your house, so like after I name my house, it will ask me if I want to pull my archive to my hand or not. And so it's a way to stash cards for future turns. And let's see what else Fiddles did on their turn. So they played Teliga, Human Witch, 3/3. Each time your opponent plays a creature, gain 1. Oh, wow. So they took the card we had, which was when we play a creature, gain 1, and they flipped the script, and now they're going to be gaining 1. That's bad news bears. We can't play creatures to that on the battlefield. Like, this is kill this before you play any more creatures, basically. You can't just give your opponent amber when you play creatures. So we're going to take care of that. Nocturnal Maneuver. Exhaust up to 3 creatures. So this is an example of why it matters that you untap at the end of your turn as opposed to the beginning. Because if you do things like exhaust or tap your creatures on your turn, it does what you want. It keeps them from being able to use those creatures the next turn because you untap at the end of your turn, not the beginning. Back to the cave. This is, you can see it in the URL here, but this is played here, and then the main... Hold on. The main KeyForge website is here, and you basically need to do both of these sites to engage in this. Exhaust is tapped. Exhaust is just tap. Yeah, I'm never going to punt today with my 25 KeyForge viewers. I'm really glad you're hanging out, though. I'm happy to do this with 25 people interested in learning this game and hanging out with me. Anyway, so we're over here, and what are we going to do? So we want to kill that guy. Oh, I wanted to figure out the rest of what they did. So they exhausted up to 3, and then they exhausted my 2 creatures. Cool. So we have the old 2/2/2 split. If we went Brobnar, we could bring this back. And what do we got? Burn the stockpile. If your opponent has 7 or more, they lose 4. So that's a very powerful effect, but obviously only when they have 7 or more. Headhunter, fight, gain 1. I don't want to play creatures into this. How do we kill this without playing a creature? Mother is really good, though. Snufflegator can't get it done. Play. Yeah, unfortunately, we can't really function on this turn without... The exhaust was big deal. Like, this plus exhaust. If I wasn't exhausted, I could play Brobnar and kill it. But as it is, I think we're going to have to name Logos. And we'll play Mother. I love Mother. During your turn, basically, it increases your max hand size to 7, and drawing an extra. That's like draw a card a turn. Mother might as well say at the beginning of your upkeep, draw a card is basically what Mother says. And we don't want to take the inventory in though, and we're gonna play Mother on the right. And even if they kill it next turn, at least for 1 turn, we get an extra card. So that's cool. Yeah, anti-chain, the opposite of chain. And then where do we want to put Rocket Boots? This creature gains Fight Reap. If this was the first time this creature was used this turn, ready it. And Mugwump says, after an enemy creature is destroyed fighting Mugwump, fully heal Mugwump and give it a +1 power counter. So this is a great target for Rocket Boots if it lives. Unlikely, but maybe. Right now, our plan is to choose Brobnar next turn, bring our archive back, use this dude twice, and cast 3 things, So Brobnar, we really want Mugwump to survive and for us to be able to choose Brobnar next turn. Jagsto, figure I'm streaming for another hour and a half tops. Not a super long one. We'll do another hour and a half here. Yes, creatures enter the battlefield tapped, and you untap at the end of your turn instead of the beginning of your turn. I would buy some decks and learn with a buddy. That's going to be a much more fun way to play if you can swing that. So it's our turn. We do get to, looks like, choose Brobnar with this dude in play. So that's sweet. But what did Fiddles do last turn? Let's figure this out. So Fiddle played champion, taunt. So it has to be attacked. So it's got this champion over here that. But we can attack over here if we want. But this has taunt and this has taunt. So everything's taunted. This and this can be attacked. Which is really powerful, right? I was saying Telega is the problem card here. So we got to figure out how to get through. Yeah, that's tough. Very nicely played, Fiddles. Fiddles is playing very well. And this ETB captured one of our ambers, and they played Protect the Weak, giving it 1 armor and taunt. Okay, so what are we going to do about that? Let me make sure, because of all this taunt, it's possible we want to do something else besides Brobnar, but probably not. Let's see. Lose 1. No, we don't want to do that. Opponent's keys cost more. That's okay, but we don't really want to do that. All right. We're gonna have to give them a lot of let's see. It's just really rough. Very well played, Fiddles. I'm not sure how many decks Fiddles is choosing from, but this is a very powerful combo. But yeah, we're still gonna do Brobnar, and we're gonna take the archive to our hand and try and figure this out. We were gonna play this for sure, and that's kind of just a discard. Let me make sure I understand. Fight Reap. So this could reap, but this needs to fight. Needs some armor. Let's see. If we attack here, this is effectively a 4/7. So the first attack deals 4 to Mugwump. I don't like that. So fight, gain 1. That does nothing. Play, stun a creature. All right. Well, we're going to discard this. And we're going to give Fiddles a bunch of gosh darn amber. If we play another one, they just get to actually forge a key. We need to fight with this creature and start here. And then we could fight again and kill it. We could get rid of this one, but then it's still protected on the other side. And I whatever, I'm going to reap. I think they just have a great combo here, and it's going to be tough for us to deal with, but I kind of want to say no. Do we give him a key? How do you give him I'm not going to give him a key. So I'm going to have to discard this. It's weird, but I really don't want to play it and give them a key. So we're just going to do that and end the turn. That was rough, though. Fiddles has a nice lockdown on this. I tried to change it to nothing. I guess I'm just going to have to stream inaccurately with a tag today, and I'll try and fix that next time. Thanks, Scotty. Queen Dragon, you can't really make your own deck. I mean, players will do whatever they want. You can absolutely mix and match cards and make your own deck, but Constructed becomes absurd in that world. Like, part of what Richard Garfield has created here is the kind of environment he imagined for original Magic. When Richard Garfield conceived of Magic, and cards like Black Lotus and Ancestral Recall that he knew were broken by power level standards of the game, that they were just absurdly powerful. But he thought two things were going to happen with Magic. One possibility was that a handful of people would play it and have, a handful of starter decks as their collection, and a play group might have one Ancestral Recall floating around it, which would be fine, right? If your play group was playing Sealed or whatever, and one person had Ancestral, it would be a very powerful card for them, but it wouldn't be ridiculous. But he thought, okay, and if the game goes gangbusters and everybody goes out and gets as many Ancestral Recalls as they can to make absurd decks, well, that's a problem I'd like to have, and we'll manage that if it happens. And of course, that's what happened. And so a lot of things have banned lists and restricted and 4 of maximums and all these things that Magic has put in place to deal with overpowerful cards. The KeyForge way of dealing with that is a fixed deck. If one of the decks happens to get an Ancestral Recall in it, okay, it can't ever live anywhere else. So yes, you could find the Ancestral Recall of the game and go and get 12 copies of it and call your Logos house the 12 Logos copies of Ancestral Recall, but that's busted. And so it's like, yes, you could construct your own deck, but unless you came up with some rules to keep it fair, everybody would just make immediately busted decks. So that's that. Sorry for, again, chatty. Okay, so now what are we picking here? What did they? Oh, we got to look at even what. Okay, too bad. I wish we could get that. We have this. Now I want this card back. In our discard, we have Burn the Stockpile. This is a very powerful card for exactly situations like this, but unfortunately, it is in our discard pile. I don't know if this is official or unofficial. That's a great question, but I bet I don't know. It feels more like a cockatrice than it does a KeyForge product. If it were directly KeyForge, it would be more tied into the actual official KeyForge site, I think. So I'm thinking this is not official. Okay, anyway, let's review Fiddles' play since I was talking. Fiddles did a Nocturnal maneuver and exhausted 3 of my creatures, so we can't really do Brobnar successfully. We could do Logos and be able to do something. Played Witch of the Eye. Oh boy, the Witch of the Eye is very powerful. Reap, return a card from your discard pile to your hand, so you just get to replay something from that house whenever you reap with Witch. Snufflegator we've seen. And they used this bomb to reap. So, and now they have 7, so they're about to get their first key. What are we going to do about this? We can make keys cheaper. No. So Titan Mechanic lowers the cost of keys, but for everybody. So we don't really want to help Fiddles with that. And if we chose this, we'd have to play it. What we want to do is find a way. Everything we have is creatures. Play. Fiddles has us pretty over a barrel here. Lose 1. We don't want to do that. That's another creature. Your opponent's keys cost 1 more. So we could play this and at least make... But we play this and Fiddles gains 1. So I'm going to keep playing, but even though no keys have been forged yet, I'm not sure how I'm going to get us out of this. There's got to be something. I guess we're going to play Untamed, though. Now, if we do... This is Taunt as well. Oh, all this Taunt is just making this impossible. We need to, like, kill creatures outright. Yeah, I guess we're going to be Untamed, though. I feel like we're way out of luck. Like, we have... We have 2 amber to Fiddles is 8, and I'm only making it worse with these plays. And I play this and I lose an amber. Like, this is all just bad. And I'm actually just going to discard this because I don't want to lose amber. And We have a sad end to our sad turn. Let's see, what do we got for next turn? Okay, this could be good. If our Brobnars stay ready, next turn we can use Scout to actually fight on our untamed turn with our Brobnar creatures, and they get skirmish, so they just get to like deal their hefty damage with no fight back, and maybe we can fight through some of this ridiculousness we're seeing over here. He forged a key and is close to forging another one. So yeah. Fight only stun creatures. Okay, well, playing and exhausting a bunch of creatures, it wouldn't be the worst. Oh, but we got exhausted again? Did they get... Oh, because we got re-stunned. We are so toast, folks. Yeah, so this is what I was talking about. Witch of the Eye is crazy, because so Fiddles used Witch of the Eye to reap and get an amber, and in doing so, used the reap ability to return Nocturnal Maneuver to his hand. Played, used their Snufflegator to take out my thing that made their keys expensive, then reaped, then exhausted 3 of my creatures and gained an amber doing so, and then played Grasping Vines to return. It didn't do anything. There were no artifacts out, but they got Fiddles got an amber off of that. So boom, 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 boom. We're just getting smacked around here, folks. Smacked around. I don't know if I can change that. Can I change what I'm playing midstream is the thing. I don't know. We were kind of playing Magic. It's pretty close. I'll have to figure that out for next time. I'm just going to be inaccurate today. So over here, can we do anything about any of this? Not really. We're just darn... and the trouble is, like, 2 friendly creatures gain skirmish, but they don't untap. They don't ready. So it's not like I can make these ready. So that's a real bummer. But we'll choose this anyway. We'll choose Untamed. And wait, loot the bodies. We definitely want to stun these things that are just wrecking us. Stop that. At least stop them from doing the reaping stuff going on here. And then play Bigwig to the right. And we are going to fight over here, I guess. And then we are going to play this, and I mean, I don't think I get to do it, but I'll select those 2. And since this is a free damage, basically, that we don't get attacked back, I'm going to choose here to start to put some damage on that. All right, well, we made some headway, but we're down 2 keys to none, and Fiddle still has a pretty good taunt situation set up, protecting Teliga and Witch of the Eye. And this protection that these 2 creatures are getting is pretty important. That's why we had to exhaust them and try and keep them down for a turn. And we'll see what house Fiddles chooses this time around. You don't need to restart. Just change the game when you switch on the Twitch dashboard and apply the changes. Okay, so Twitch dashboard. Let me go there. Category. Okay, good. Do we have KeyForge even in here? Not even a tag yet. Okay, we're at least updated there, so I'm no longer lying on that front. Whoa, Fiddles did a bunch of stuff. Oh no, that was the previous turn. Fiddles played Staunch Knight. Gains +2 power while it is on a flank. Plays Raiding Knight, so it captures 1 upon play. Terms of Redress. Choose a friendly creature to capture 2. Wow, that's brutal. Oh no, that's just why a friendly creature captures 2, so they take hours. Okay, so what has 2 on it now? Okay, so this captured 2. Cool. All right, here we are on our turn. We have finally things untapped. Like we have Brobnar. We might be able to attack with. Oh, it looks like a Brobnar turn. Yeah, let's Brobnar this and see what happens here. We're gonna loot bodies. We're gonna. Oh, if I do this, I lose the. I lose that, but actually, this could work out. Sorry, I'm not. It's hard enough to explain Magic while I'm streaming. Explaining a game I'm pretty new at is tough as well. But I'm trying to look at the sequencing on the sequencing is so important in this game. So we have this War Drummer that when I play it, I'm going to return each other friendly Brobnar creature to your hand, which is a plus and minus. It's going to heal them. It's going to allow you to replay them and get enters the battlefield triggers replayed, play triggers replayed. But stuff that has auras, stuff that has an upgrade will lose the upgrade, of course. So trying to figure out the right sequencing here. And then Tremor, play and stun a creature and each of its neighbors so we can do some stunning again. Really want to get rid of this and start killing stuff, though. And how are we going to do that? Probably just have to give up one of our, fight with this headhunter, and it's going to die, and we don't get the gain 1, but it'll still be worth it. So yeah, let's do that. We're going to go fight with this creature, and we're going to fight here. And now that's finally dead. And we can go... I guess this doesn't really matter yet. We're going to play... We'll play that last. Playing this isn't going to really matter. In fact, we might not want to play this. We want to... it's got 4 damage on it. Can we kill anything without killing it? Not really. So let's reap with this creature. And then... we're going to reap again. And then I'm going to play... Oh, I should... No, I need to kill these things, don't I? Yeah, this is really rough, because we give Fiddles so much when we play stuff here. But we're going to play this and at least stun all those again. And I'm going to play this creature even though it gives Fiddles an amber. And I'm not going to play War Drummer because it just gives them too much amber. But I will discard it. So, yeah, we're still very much up against it, but at least showing you the mechanics of the game, showing you trying to desperately hang on here. And let me check chat for any new questions. All right, let's check out what Fiddles just did. Fiddles plays Blinding Light. Choose a house, stun each creature of that house, or tap all non-white creatures, depending on which game you're playing. Stun each creature. Oh, so we got Brobnar is stunned. So we're stunned on Brobnar. Staunch Knight reaps and Raiding Knight reaps. Okay, so reap and put us in check for ending the game. Let's see if we can stop Fiddles from winning, because they've got Fiddles has 2 keys and the Amber needed to make a third. What are we going to do to stop it? We can what do we need to, like, capture Amber? Fighting isn't going to do it. No artifact we can use. Archive's not going to do it. Fight, gain 1. There's no steal there. Skirmish. Refill to 1. Archive a card. Now I think we're just dead, because basically when your opponent puts you in check, when they say, hey, we have 6, I have 6 Amber and I'm going to win the game, we need to find something in our hand to prevent that. And all we can do is, here, let's make his keys even cheaper. Play that, play this creature, and then we'll play this on the left, and this on the right. And now, not only does Fiddles have 9 Amber, but Fiddles' key will only cost 4 Amber. So, effectively, Fiddles could have a double key here. Oh, wait, here, we get to, like, what? Reap. Oh, what does this do? Let's see. Reap, archive a card. We'll archive Crump. Reap. And we got seriously blown out. So I want to get Fiddles back in here to ask him... I want to ask Fiddles how, like, is that... How many decks has Fiddles gone through to choose that one, you know? That's his best of what? Yeah, that was kind of nuts, Fiddles. Like, I think that's the most I've ever been smashed in a game of KeyForge so far in my several dozen games. I just couldn't... Once you protected those untamed creatures that gave you such Amber value, I had to play creatures to try and stop it, and then but playing creatures just gave you all the Amber to win. That's not even your best, huh? Yeah, you just curved out on me, so to speak, huh? Or got the combo. So that was really cool. Let's do another sealed. Let's do a sealed, Fiddles. I'll create one right now. If somebody else wants to try, Fiddles is willing to take a back seat, but we just need somebody else that wants to play. Fiddles, do you know much about the Crucible online? Is it KeyForge blessed? Is it a third-party thing? Does KeyForge hate this or love this? I don't even know. Yeah, I mean, 80 games, I get it. If you buy them, so I've got, decks are basically $10 each if you buy them in bulk, and if you go to a tournament, they usually charge you $15 for a tournament. So, you know, there's Magic cards that are $10, right? Many, not acknowledged officially. All right, well, let's. Nobody's jumped in to say they want to get in line ahead of Fiddles, so I'm going to create a new sealed and. Wait for... I mean, I'll allow... If anybody happens to be on the Crucible and wants to spectate, they can. So I did that. Okay, bring it, Smelly Toga. I'm awaiting. The password is value with a capital V. Okay, where are we at? We have we're mulligan decision. Generally, with a four card opener in a house, I'm going to keep that even without even looking. Like, it's very powerful to have 4, 5, or 6 cards of a single house in your opener. No problem. More time for me to yammer. So, but let's take a look at what we're going to do. We have Drumble, an uncommon creature, elusive. Play. If your opponent has 7 or more, capture all of it. Wow. Obviously, that's not going to happen, but we'll do it. If they start with a creature, we get to destroy it. Oh, but it's not on a flank, so we don't get to destroy it. We're going to discard that. When this is destroyed, gain 2. That's pretty cool. And play, return an enemy creature to its owner's hand. Okay, so we'll set them back. We're definitely going to choose Dis. And we go... oh, and unfortunately, we could even destroy our own creature to gain 2, but we're not going to be able to put it not on a flank. So I guess flank and not flank have similar amounts of risk. You kind of... This is where... remember, in this game, we haven't done it really here, but once you get to know the game, you start the game by exchanging your card list. You know, your opponent gets to see everything that's in your deck, and you get to know things like, oh, they have Hand of Dis, so I need to put my important stuff in the middle, or on the flanks, so that they don't get dissed. As it is, this has no... I wonder if we can... Yeah, I was just curious what happened if we chose play. There was nothing to play with, so we'll do this, though. Return that to their hand. And we'll play our creatures as well, and then end our turn. Now we've got an even split. We've got the War Drummer that returns... So this has a little combo, because we could go play Smash, stun their creature, play War Drummer, return Smash to my hand, replay it. So if they play 2 creatures this turn, we could stun them both with this Brobnar combo. Yeah, random. Psychic Bug, so they get to look at my hand again. But this time, since it's not the first turn, they get to do more things than just that. Looks like they play deal 2 to a creature and deal 2 to a different creature, so a 2-for-1 there. Twin Bolt Emission is a very powerful card. Boom, boom. Got rid of both of our turn 1 plays, so that was strong. Give them a nice on that. And what are we doing? So we have Brobnar, but that... I think I'll try and build up a hand. The Smash War Drummer play is nice, but let's see if we can get some more Brobnar in our hand before we do that. We have now a lot of shadows, so let's choose shadows. This is nice. This is very powerful. So we get, note that we get 1 amber just by playing this, and then we deal 2, and if it destroys it, we steal 1. This is going to work. We're going to destroy that creature and steal 1, and this is basically a 3 amber swing to play this, so we really like this a lot. Boom. And we're going to play... In what order? Play, purge each friendly shadows creature, steal 1. So this doesn't... oh, well, we could... So this is a sequencing question. If we want to purge Ruth, and purge is like Rue from game. Purge is exile. And so if we want to exile Ruth, we can steal 1. And basically get another one with that. That's interesting. That means we never get to play Ruth again. But Ruth reaps, if we forge a key, so Ruth gets to mind control a creature if you have forged a key this turn. That is powerful, but I kind of want to just, we're going to, for science here, we're going to play this, and we're going to go ahead and do it. We're going to play this action. And so we've reduced them to 1, and we've gone to 6, and we are now saying we're going to threaten to forge a key. It required me exiling my sweet rare, but whatever, we're just trying things out. We'll see if that works. Oh, Fiddles is telling y'all how I'm screwing up already, but again, we're messing, figuring it out here. I wanted to try putting him in check on turn 2. That was pretty cool. Let's take a look at our next turn thoughts while Oppo is thinking. So again, we have the Smash War Drummer combo, and now we have. Wow, that's cool. So if Smelly Toga went off here and played 4 creatures, we could stun them all on a Brobnar play by going Smash, Smash, and then War Drummer return them both Smash, Smash. So that seems like the play I would like to do. Shadow Self is interesting. You get it deals no damage when fighting, and it kind of has taunt in the sense that when you try to attack the cards next to the creatures next to Shadow Self, you attack Shadow Self instead, as long as the neighbors are not specters. All right, I like this so far, because we get to stun all of those creatures with our Brobnar plan. If they play another creature, we get the full four creature stun, which would be pretty sweet. I think you might have to stun your own creature. I don't know if you can stun a stunned creature. Let's find that out first. We're going to go Brobnar, and then we'll play this. Stun. I'm not sure, and I don't want to risk it, so we'll find out. But I'm going to play this to send this back, and then we get to play this creature to the left. Okay, it is allowing it, so it doesn't matter in how it's going to work out, but you can target a stunned creature with a stun, so I wouldn't have had to do one of my own creatures here, but we're going to do this. And we'll go on the left here, and boom, stun them all. Let Garfield sort it out. Does this deck have a name, or is it truly... I wonder if this is like a deck that I could say, like, oh, I want to put this into my account and play it later. What is it? It is the Pharaoh of Antipier. Antipier, Pharaoh of Antipier. Now, Fiddles, how did you look that up? Did you look it up by name from the KeyForge site? There are links at the very top of the play-by-play window on your screen. Aha, cool. Thank you. So, Toga chose Mars and played Mind Warper, which is this one. The first time this creature is attacked each turn, no damage is dealt because it's got elusive. And action, choose an enemy creature. It captures one from its own side. Okay, so that's a complex kind of capture steal combo thing, because normally you're capturing from your opponent's side, but if you capture from your own side, you're stealing from your own amber supply, and then if the creature leaves play, your opponent gets it. So it's like kind of a delayed steal card. And then Phosphorus Stars. Play. Stun each non-Mars creature, gain 2 chains. Okay, well, they're going to be down a card for a few turns, but that was a nice counter stun. We've gotten all of our stuff stunned now, but we can play one of our other houses. So that doesn't do anything for us. This is an artifact, so you can play this to set up for... This is pretty powerful, because basically it says key, for an action when you use it, keys cost +3 during your opponent's turn. So basically, when you have this out, if your opponent is threatening key, you get to choose dis and then make their key cost 3 more, and frequently prevent them from being able to forge their key. Hand of Dis is good here. It allows us to destroy either of these 2 creatures. We'll figure out which one is... Oh, and then we can return each creature to its owner's hand. Well, that's good and bad. It unlocks our Brobnar combat again, but it gets their stuff that's not dead back, but it's probably worth it. So let's pick Dis here. I'm going to do this without even really looking at the shadow stuff. And we get to play our artifact. We get to kill something. And then what's the best thing of these 2? Capture, because it has our stuff. And on play, ready and fight with a neighboring creature. Well, we're not gonna... That'll be good. So he can have that because it doesn't really do anything on the board that's about to be empty. So let's go ahead and kill this creature that has stolen from us, and we get it back. We're now back at 6 amber, and now we'll play Hysteria, and we can set up for Brobnar. Bounce is interesting. As I was saying, card draw is not as powerful in this game as it is... Mid-turn card draw is not as powerful in this game as it is in Magic, because you draw at the end of your turn anyway. But bounce has kind of the effect of card draw. Like, by bouncing, I've denied myself card draw, and I'll probably deny Smelly Toga card draw as well, because they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards in hand. And the first 2 cards they play this turn won't produce a replacement card on their next draw. So in a sense, returning stuff to your opponent's hand denies them draws on their next turn. But I should have done that spiel while I was allowing Toga to take their turn, but that's all right. Let's see what Fiddles has to say here. Oh, that's what happened. So Fiddles is explaining. I was confused as to why I hadn't lost chains, but it's because I didn't fail to draw. So he says, losing chains is based on the number of cards in your hand, not just turns. If having a chain actually reduces your draw, you lose a chain. But if you wouldn't draw cards anyway, you don't lose a chain. Interesting. Yeah, also, so my Oppo is going to hang on to chains longer as well. That's interesting. Thank you for that detail. And they're going all in on the logo stuff, but we get to go back to Brobnar and do this trick again and stun all of these, so that's going to be sweet. Let's do that. Smash. Stun. Smash. It doesn't really matter. Stun. Word Drummer. Return everything. Smash. left, stun, smash, right, stun, boom, 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 stun 4 things and pass. That felt good. Yes, I think I explained that. Regarding stunned creatures. So these creatures stay stunned until they get used or they get readied. If the opponent confirm me on that. No, Fiddles, please keep talking, please. you seem to you're a little ahead of the curve on me on this game, so I love your commentary. The question I have is, am I right in saying, like, so if I have a stunned creature and a card of mine says ready a friendly creature, I can unstun a creature through the ready action, correct? And not only, in fact, ready it, not only unstun it, but normally if you unstun a creature, it goes into exhaust position, right? But if you ready a stunned creature, it's full on ready, right? All right, what's Toga doing? Smelly chose Mars and played this. Reap, the next Mars creature you play this turn enters ready, and Mind Warper, which we have seen before. That's Mind Warper again. And then draws 3. Oh, they got back to 6, so their keys are, their stuff is gone. And now we're back to our turn. Okay, so what are we going to do? We have Brobnar creatures ready and a lot of Brobnar in hand, so this is probably a Brobnar turn. We have Sound the Horns. I've never played this card before. Play. Discard cards from the top of your deck until you either discard a Brobnar creature or run out of cards. If you discarded a Brobnar creature this way, put it into your hand. So, cool. Find a Brobnar creature and play it. We'll do that. This is a weapon, so we can't use it this turn, but later on it'll deal damage. Follow. Oh, we forged a key, true, by the way. That's cool. Follow the leader. Play. For the remainder of the turn, each friendly creature may fight. Well, that doesn't do much for us since all of our friendly creatures were Brobnar anyway. So maybe we want to wait and do Shadow first. Let's take a look. Shadow Self is the kind of protector type. First creature played each turn enters play ready. That's an artifact, and it just sits there doing it, and it does it for both sides. So basically, everybody has a hasty creature if I play this on their first play. And this Silvertooth enters ready anyway. So if we played this, we'd start with Sigil, then play Shadow Self, and it would be ready. And then Silvertooth would be ready anyway. Shadow Self doesn't deal damage to fight, so it would just reap for 1. We would reap for 1, and then reap for 2 probably again, because we don't want there's it's just probably another reap there. I don't know. Okay, interesting, Fiddles, thank you. What to do here? Let's go Brobnar. And we'll go ahead and use this and see what we find. And we found Bumpsy, which is nice because when you play, your opponent just loses 1, so it's like F you, dude. And this doesn't matter, but I'll play it. Whatever. This we will play. This we will play and play it to the right. They lose 1. And then we start our attacking. Like, Mind Warper is scary, so I want to fight with this creature and kill the Mind Warper. Didn't that work? Oh, it's got elusive. So yeah, so that made it go away. So I did that wrong. I probably should have used something else to fight. But I do want to do some board control here. So all that fighting cost me Amber, right? Because I could have reaped with any of those, but in particular, like Mind Warper just scares me. Starting to capture stuff from me is too scary. You want to see like this? Is that better? Is that what you're saying? I don't know what's more appealing. Hey, Bizarro Navarro. KeyForge is Richard Garfield's latest collectible card game. The shtick is that you don't create... It's not a collectible card game, it's a collectible deck game. Each deck is a unique thing. And it's unique because it has a procedurally generated name. So, for example, I am playing a deck called the Pharaoh of Antipir, and my opponent is playing I, Bosco, the Den Collector. And the cards in each of these decks are these are uniquely configured decks. There's no other deck that has the same 36 cards in it. And so it's like basically it's playing sealed deck, and then when you want to play again, you're choosing the best sealed deck you've ever opened and playing with that sealed deck. So it's like endless sealed deck. And the decks are 36 cards each. There are 12 cards of one of 3 houses, and there are 7 total houses possible. And at the beginning of your turn, like we're doing right now, we're choosing which house we're going to use this turn. And it means we only get to play and activate cards of that house. And we still have more Brobnar to play and a ton of Brobnar out. So I don't see how we don't choose Brobnar here and just go wild. This is interesting. I've never played this card before. At the end of your turn, if you played exactly 1 card this turn, Rogue Ogre heals 2 damage and captures 1. That's pretty powerful. It would mean we would have to not play Crump, though. But we have 5 other things to do. I'm not sure what Fiddles thinks about that, but I think we're going to choose Brobnar, though. We got to choose Brobnar here, and then decide whether we're going for the capturing and healing, or just probably playing both. And this time, probably just playing both is fine. We can deal 2 damage to any creature. What do we want? Let's see. Use a friendly non-sanctum. I gotta check all for taunt here. Any taunts? No. This one's got stuff captured, so we're probably gonna go after that. But it's got a lot of toughness. It's a little weird to me that they put the shield in the corner and they put it on the middle of the card. I guess it's to track buffs, like if they get extra shields. So anyway, we could attack with we had 6 power. In order to kill this, we would have to shoot it and then attack it, which we probably would do. This can be killed with a 5. So let's do some fighting here. What do we got? I'm gonna play this on the right. Play this on the right. And how do we want to... There's also something to be said for just reaping a bunch. Like, we could just reap a bunch and threaten another key. But I like board control while we can do it. This is also where if we had read our opponent's deck and knew what was in it and stuff, we might be playing around sweepers or other things. Yeah, that's about right, Fiddles, and that's kind of why I decided to play both creatures. It didn't feel like the effect of playing just one was worth it. But yeah, trying to figure out. Let's see. Do we have any fight? These are all play. Nothing fight based here. I'm going to do this. Let's at least... And then now we can attack it because it's used up its shields for the... Oh, that's also... It shows you how much shield it has this turn. Now we can bumpsy it. And get rid of that. This already has damage on it, so if we used it to fight any of this stuff, it just dies. So we're just going to reap here. And then same here. I mean, this is another... I'm trying just the heuristic of do not fight if it would die. And really, that just means everything here is reap. Because we fight with them and they die. And I don't see anything so scary here that I am worried about that. So we're just going to reap, 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 and end the turn. See how that works. Fiddles like my line. That's good. Do you agree with that heuristic, Fiddles, that basically you really need to be desperate to be fighting with a creature that's going to die after the fight? Like, you just have to be really desperate to have to damage or kill that other creature. I think this is going well for us. What are we doing next turn? Like, it's going well if we can keep this board presence and keep kind of going back to Brobnar and just reaping. Because, like, right now we're threatening to reap enough to just forge a key every turn. So it's kind of on Oppo to deal with the Brobnar invasion we have building here. So they are going to soft landing, so they get to play something ready, and that's going to be Mega Mouth. And when it when it fights or reaps, you can use a non-Mars creature. So it'll probably reap, and then they get to attack or do something over here, do something with their Logos stuff. Mothership support. Play. For each friendly ready Mars creature, deal 2 to a creature. So they get to throw 2 damage around with 1 ready Mars creature. Now, which did they damage? Well, something. What died? I guess that Bumpsy is now dead. And sample collection. Oh, what is this? Sample collection. Put an enemy creature into your archives. Oh, wait. Let me just read it. Thank you. Put an enemy creature into your archives. For each key your opponent has forged. Put an enemy creature into your archives for each key your opponent has forged. If any of these creatures leave your archives, they are put into their owner's hand instead. All right. So, indeed, we got our side fairly well wrecked. Killed one, archived one, and attacked one, and in doing so, captured one of our amber as well. So we had a good-looking Brobnar board, but now it's been messed up a bit. So we should look at what some other stuff we have. Like maybe we go to let's go to our Shadow this time. Urchin is powerful. It doesn't look like much, but when you play, you steal 1. So boom, just like that, a 2 amber swing just on the play. Silvertooth play enters ready, so we could steal to go to 3 and then reap to go to 4. This playing it goes to 5, and then if we play this first, we ready everything, and so we can kind of re-threaten with this. Let's do Shadows and re-threaten a key. Oh, and I see Rogue Ogre is always on, so it doesn't even matter about it being Brobnar if I just have a turn where I only play 1. So, like, I could have chosen this and triggered this, but I'm happy with this play. We're going to start with this, though. Play the artifact, and now we play this, and we'll be able to reap with it. Let's go like this. Play this creature to the left. We'll protect Smash here, who's already got some damage on it. And then we get Silvertooth, which will also play this creature to the left. So it's a tiny dude, but it is now protected by Shadow Self, so it can't be easily killed until you kill the Shadow Self. And then we get Urchin, play this creature to the left. We steal one, and then we... Well... We could also just trade these two. Yeah, I'm going to fight. I don't know if oh, did I maybe screwed that up? Do they have armor? Why is this 2/2 with 2 damage on it still there? I don't know. Maybe we're in the middle of something? I don't know. Do you know why, Fiddles? What's going on here? There's something making it survive? I'm confused. But I think we don't have anything left to do, so we'll end the turn. Oh, it's got a power... Well, that's... I wish there was some indicator of that. I was just trusting it... trusting the numbers I was looking at. But that's okay. Well, we got it. Let's see here. Any other questions about what's going on? I got questions down here. Wild Wormhole. Play the top card of your deck. That's fun. Just kind of like you get an amber and then you gamble. And Harlan Mindlock was the card played off of that. Play, take control of an enemy flank creature and... Whoa! Are you serious? Yikes. Gotta kill that thing. First creature... Okay, so they get that as well. Alright, well, let's see what we got here. See how this plays out. Well, Toga's going nuts here. Another Wild Wormhole to play... Wait, didn't they just do that? Huh. Thought they... Or maybe this is all still part of the same turn. I don't know. Yeah, I guess so. Just a long turn. Ah, 2 in their hand. Yeah. That'll do it. Now we're getting complicated around here. Yikes. So, this board is hard for me to process. We have an elusive... let's look first... Let's not forget this. If we choose... if we choose Dis, we can prevent them from forging. There also may be other ways to prevent it. Like stealing. Like... Choose a house, return each creature to that house from your discard pile to your hand, gain 1 chain. Let's see what we've got. Do we have... Ooh, yeah, lots of creatures there. Why don't we do that? I don't know if this is exactly right, but I don't want to get too hung up on perfect strategy here anyway. So we're going to pick dis and do some stuff. Play that artifact. Activate this artifact. Play this creature so that we can take the action of steal 1. And we'll play this. And we'll name dis. Play that. To the right. Oh, my sequencing was terrible. Sorry, Fiddle. Did you see how badly I played this? I took the action of stealing 1, bringing them from 7 to 6, which now prevents me from doing the capture all. So that was dumb. But here we go. Unless there's like, maybe is there a way I can give it back to him somehow? Maybe I can fight with do I have anything with captured? Now, I was looking to see if I had maybe some captured amber that I could fight with to give him the amber back and then steal it. I don't know what's in my deck. I'm not even bothering to look. Yeah, that's a good call. Keep it Drumble, and then we can do it next time. All right. Now we're threatening. That was all in the name of like playing hastily. I could sit here and try to suss out every angle on these turns, but I think it's more important to just show you all what this game is about here while we're playing. They're choosing Mars with very little Mars out, so I'm expecting a big dump of Mars cards. I'll be right back while Toga figures out their turn here. Well, we'll try to do better sequencing this time. But we're definitely going to do dis again. And we'll start with we'll start with this. Boom, capture 10. Now they can just kill it and get it back, but you know, it stops them pretty good for now. It makes play capture 3 obviously less interesting, but now we get to go through. Sure, might as well use that action. I'm not sure it matters to prevent them from playing creatures. Actually, again, maybe I should have just played 1 to trigger that thing that likes 1. I could have stolen, again, sequencing. This time I should have stolen first to steal 1 and then capture. Oh yeah, good call. Fiddles is, again, sequencing. If I had played this one first, or played this one first, there'd be 3 here and the rest here. So that would have done that as well. I wonder if I can attack somebody with the... Let's do this. Let's go fight, and we'll fight here. I did that because it destroyed our... It got our amber back that was captured. It destroyed our creature that gave us 2 amber. And now... reap. Now that I'm at 9 amber, Fiddles, do you think... Get at the mine lock. What's the mine lock? Ah, here. Right, and so then there's this taunt, but it's so big. What do we do about that? Can we just ignore it? Like, why do we, like, don't care that much, do we? Yeah, I'm just going to race. And maybe we want to take... Let's do this. Fight here. And I don't know. I'm going to use it. Why not? We're trying to race here. I think that's all we've got. End the turn. Having lots of amber is just high risk because there's lots of cards that punish you for hoarding amber. Drumble's probably dead. I would expect Appa will do something to take out Drumble here. Should look at our future cards. Looks like there's a lot of Shadow we could play. Poison Wave, deal 2 to each creature. That's pretty strong. It kills this. Like, Poison Wave allows us to not worry about Sanctum Guardian and still get our dude back. Key of Darkness, rare. Play. Forge a key at +6 current cost. If your opponent has no amber, forge a key at +2 current cost instead. Oh, wow. Let's see if we can make that happen. Fight, steal. So yeah, maybe we can do some stealing. How do we do some stealing? Do you see a line, Fiddles, that maybe gets us to pawns to be able to Key of Darkness successfully? Maybe we're just discarding it. Pawn, sacrifice, play. Sacrifice a friendly creature. If you do, deal 3 to each to 2 creatures. Yeah. What did they just do? Twin Bolt. Yeah, so they did as expected. Got their amber back. Screech Bomb. No, that doesn't do much. Yeah, I think we're going to go Shadow here. I think that actually gives us the most amber at the end of this turn. So we're just trying to make sure we put them in check. They're going to get they're going to get a key next time. But if we go, can we just win somehow by 6+ cost? Maybe. Let's pick shadows and see what we can do here. Play this first. Yeah, that's what we're going to try and do. See if we can forge, get to 12 and forge. So fight. First, let's see, 2 to each creature. Sequencing is terrible again. Screwed up my sequencing. But we get to, let's reap. Reap. We're going to fight. And we're going to fight something that's 3 powered so that the poison kills it. Or we could fight something with 4 power even. Right? Because poison is 2. So we can fight a 3 or a 4 and get it dead. But not that one. This has 3 damage already. If we did it here... Yeah, actually that works. Let's do this one. Let's do that. And then... Oh, we can do this too, since we're going to lose creatures anyway. Play this action. And we can do any of the ones we're going to lose. Doesn't really matter which. And we're dealing 3... And we want things to get in range for this 2 to be really devastating. So this will do that, because it'll go 4, and then 1 is prevented, then boom, boom, boom. So that does that. And then I guess we go here with this, but it's never actually going to kill it. So we just do here. Here. And now we'll try this. And we did it. Look, we're at 12 amber. And now we can Key of Darkness. Cool. Marched up to 12 and did the 3-0 skunking, although they had 14 amber, so they were ready to get going. Wait for Toga to come back here. Give it a GG. I'm going to do it here, GG.